Hello, hello everybody. My name is Kitty Hazard and I'm here with my wonderful life and game partner, Brian True.
Hello, hello everybody.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are playing the Stanley Parable today. We've heard some really great things about it and we're super excited to get started. And thank you guys so much for all of your patience over the last couple weeks as we got our shit together and started getting back into stuff. We had some crazy life stuff going on, but...
AKA, we managed to both get bronchitis.
But we have awesome teammates who helped us fill the void. So thank you guys, and thank you guys for still coming back to check us out.
And to our love of our life, Peanut, we are sorry you are homesick.
We love you, and we wish you all the best.
And this game is for you, baby.
Let's do this. Let's butter this muffin.
Muffins.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never...
End is never... The end
is never the end,
is never the end, is loading knee. We're loading knee.
We're loading knee.
Knee loadings.
We are the knights
of good?
Of knee.
I was going to go with the Knights of Good because of the guild.
No. I was using the knee reference. Took it away from me.
I like to take things away from you.
So mean.
I love you.
I love you too. And I love our little cat, in case you can hear her behind us.
Her name is Mischief. She is the devil.
She is adorable. She's a snuggle monster.
Of doom.
Not of doom. Yeah, you're so cute. Alright, Stanley Parable. Wow me.
This is the story.
We're not going to skip anything here.
Stanley.
Hello,
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Sounds like a pretty good job to me.
This is what employee 427 did every day, of every month, of every year.
Damn.
Although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
I think that job would kill me.
Made exactly for this job. And Stanley...
I think Missy agrees with us.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Ooh, peculiar.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Oh no.
Something he would never quite forget.
Really?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
That's because you're running
No
DOS.
one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Hello.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
Ever?
This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh boy.
Now, I'm pretty sure this is like a direction simulator.
Sort of, but not really. You get the choice to choose if you want to follow the narration or
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Poor
Now
Stanley.
it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, we're loading the knee again.
It looks like I failed by closing the door.
You did.
Oh, it's open now.
Alright, it's time to move. Don't close the door again, you doofy.
Want to see if it would happen again.
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I like it. I think he's funny.
He's snarky.
I like snarky.
Did you just burp into your mic?
Oh, I did. It was a burp of satisfaction. I'm satisfied with the outcome of this game so far. Are we on the way to the meeting room?
I don't know. I haven't gotten the memo on how to get there.
Oh, poor Stanley. He doesn't know anything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Did you want to admire the employee lounge?
That guy's computer isn't running DOS like mine.
That's because we're employee whatever, and we're lower than him. We're lower on the food chain. We have to just hit buttons on our keyboard for intermediate periods of time.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Now on the way to the meeting room, Brian.
Was drinking it all in.
Yes, really. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Should I actually take the first door on the left?
I think you should help him.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Brian, no. Brian, no. No. Stop.
Fine. It had a big red button. I wanted to push it.
Stop trying to push big red buttons.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Looks like some of the boards on where we work.
Yep. It sure does. Monetized, free to play.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, Brian.
Do I go up?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, stop it. Brian, stop doing everything that the guy says the wrong way. You can do the right thing every once in a while.
But sometimes you get the better answer.
Sometimes you do. But sometimes you can do what it says to get where you're supposed to be faster. This is a nice fucking office.
Right?
I'd kill for this office. Ultimately, I would kill for this office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh.
We did this all by randomly clicking buttons. Oh, weird.
I'm pretty sure I could have gotten there by pushing the other elevator button.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I could have.
No, you couldn't have. You didn't know the ultra secret code, Brian.
But I got there just by hitting random buttons.
Because we're skilled like that. We're call center employees. That's what we do.
Yeah, we do really just hit random buttons a lot, don't we?
Yep. Sure do.
Descending deeper into the building,
Ooh, yeah.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Well,
Why
good
did
for
he
him.
feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's so angsty, and I feel so
Stanley
free.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, damn. Escape.
Alright. Next playthrough, we'll go through that one.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Good
Stanley
Lord.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find
Looks
out?
like an Apple facility.
Do we? Or do we want to go to the escape?
I think we're well past
We're
that
in
option.
Professor X's super secret
Callisto.
locator thingy.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That's called work.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley
it?
really been under someone's control all this time?
Oh, yeah,
Was this the
dude.
only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh no.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't
was
it?
unthinkable.
Was it even possible?
It couldn't
Had
be
he
possible.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Of course not.
He watched Fox News.
He did. That's
But
what he
here
did.
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power
Damn straight.
over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Damn right he would.
So how's he gonna do it?
How about mind control awaiting? There's a walkway. Yeah.
But there's buttons to push.
I don't think they do anything.
Oh. There's a 5.
But I don't know if we want to push that.
I pushed it.
Well, I don't know if it did anything. Let's hope it didn't. I don't want to die.
No, I don't know which buttons combo we have to push, but 1, 2, 3's over here.
Are we sure we want to push the buttons?
I am assuming that they're there for a reason.
Poor Stanley. He's on his own for the first time in how many years?
For the first time in forever.
He can make his own decisions. Where's 4? Where could the 4 be?
I don't know. Is it in here?
Mind controls idle, awaiting input.
I don't know if there's a particular order or...
I don't know. We have to find out. Maybe go into the power facility. Where is that? Is that where we came from? Go into the place we haven't been yet.
But I walked in there a minute ago.
Well, go in there again. See what happens. Just stop clicking the buttons. Go in there. See what happens. See what's going on.
Usually when you go into a different room, you can't really go back.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power...
Oh,
I think I died.
I think we might have broke it.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Yay. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
All right. I should go through the open door.
You think?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that's the solution if you do everything the way it tells you to.
Apparently.
So, it's been a pretty quick Let's Play. What do you say we do everything wrong?
I agree with you.
And it's gonna let us.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work.
Okay.
The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Huh.
So, let's see here.
What are we supposed to really do?
Well, I assume we are supposed to actually go outside.
Yeah, but I mean, before all that, we have to find out what happened to the co-workers.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I do what I want.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
It's my hot
admire
body.
Wow. Yes. This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Don't. Keep going. Keep going.
Yep, that's the plan.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I can agree with that.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh my.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, he's hurt. Oh,
That's her, Stanley.
I feel like we've gotten in a very different game very suddenly.
So do I.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Douche.
Who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Go inside, Brad. See the truth.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press O on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
How lovely.
Brush 8.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Don't push it.
But in his mind, in his mind he can
It
go
made
on
its skin
fantastic
form.
adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of
Illusion of
wild
choice.
expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
That's us.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Wow.
Surely there's an answer down some new
little
path,
confused.
mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How
Look at
could there
that.
possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Push it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
No.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I wanted to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps,
you must?
Well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Okay.
I think it's going to restart again.
I think I'm confuzzled.
I think I kind of want to go quit my day job now.
For real.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going to try something else here. But either way, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go in and rage quit tomorrow.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
We can always
Perhaps
go back
he
around.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
If it has a big red button, you got to push it. Those are the rules.
I don't know if this is going to help anything, but maybe this time we won't be in a
But
sad
Stanley
life.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Alright, I guess I have to go
Oh,
left.
no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You're a brat.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Sure, why not?
Sure, we'll hold.
But you have a 2-minute time.
Let's see, we went down...
Or else you'll
right,
get marked
left,
off.
Down, left, right... Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
But now I want to try to go here. Or here.
He's locking them. He's doing it on purpose.
Not surprised, he seems kind of like a douche.
He's very douchey.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. Rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
That's hysterical.
That was awesome.
Don't do that again.
Well, now we know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So now I'll go
Stanley
the right
decided
way.
to go to the meeting
I
room.
think you should.
Perhaps he had simply missed
I don't think
a memo.
I've done that yet.
Nope.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Nope.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Ooh. I feel like we're free. We're free.
We are. I don't know where I'm going.
I think you're just sort of wandering.
I do that sometimes.
You do. You're a wanderer. He wanders away in the grocery store all the time. I can't find him worth a damn.
I'm the reason why they invented those kid leashes.
It's true.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I think I broke the game.
It's gonna be okay. We're gonna keep doing it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What's it gonna do to me now? No doors.
Oh, damn.
It's worse.
Okay,
I'm
yep,
not
it's
remembering
worse.
so long. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
This is hysterical. Nope, yep, it's definitely worse. This is so funny.
It really is.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Oh.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This is crazy, yo.
This is awesome.
Now
I'm so excited.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Not anymore, I
You know
don't.
what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! You put
Yay!
in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
This
I'm
is
so excited.
awesome. I want to know.
Nope, nope.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Oh my
Just follow
god.
the line. How simple is that?
I think I'll follow the line.
I think that's a good plan. I like it.
Look at that. Ooh, a new door.
Ooh, a new direction.
Well, looky here.
I'm so
You see,
excited.
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To
destiny.
destiny.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Sure, why not?
Let's do it.
That is some pretty epic music they got going on.
Very
Got the music?
vegetable.
Go back and look at that fern.
Go back and look at the fern, Brad.
There was a fern.
I guess so.
Hey, look at the
yeah.
fern.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Kitty, remember the fern.
I'm remembering the fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'll keep going.
Oh, No, 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 not again. No, how could you have done this to us? After we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Whoever made this game is awesome.
This is amazing.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Oh,
Something
God.
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Oh, I'm
Whatever it
imagining.
might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I am excited.
Oh, no,
No.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No
I
lines
agree.
or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
We should be fine.
This is awesome.
This is amazing. I'm so excited.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere.
It told me
which
to.
means that
It did.
somewhere, the place where
I
we're
think he's on our
trying to
side
go,
now.
there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another
right.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
To destiny.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? Am I supposed to restart the game eight times?
Oh, God.
That's really how all this goes?
After a long time, Stanley died.
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Good.
Good for you.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did
We've
we break
done
the
it.
cycle?
Maybe.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I don't think we do.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
I
A
do.
bit,
Quite
yeah.
sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I have the feeling there's going to be another game.
I think so.
Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh,
What
and
could
the
it mean?
narrator forgot our awesome
Stanley decided to
adventure.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This time...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
already gone up the
upstairs to his
stairs.
boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
And I'm walking in circles. It's like a game of
sense.
PT right
And
here.
as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself
I feel like I don't want to say anything because I don't want to interrupt the narrative.
Me neither.
Head, dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Poor Stanley.
Now, hearing the
I can
voice
imagine
speak
how
these
confusing
words was
he
quite a
is.
shock to Stanley.
It's very
After all,
confusing.
he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
It's going to be okay.
That's what's going to happen.
Ah, nuts.
Ah, poodles.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Uh-oh.
And the game will reset.
I don't want the game to reset.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Welcome
And
to
although
Phoenix.
she would soon turn
Right.
to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well,
Poor
guys,
Stanley.
I think that this is where we're going to end the Stanley Parable.
Just for tonight. We'll be back.
I
feel like
think there's a lot
missing.
more that we're missing, but I don't want to have our Let's Play be ridiculous.
Exactly.
So, how about this? Retro night is usually Wednesday night. Peanut is going to be out, but we are going to be playing a retro game here ourselves.
It's going to be exciting.
But maybe tomorrow night we might need to do a sneak peek episode, or maybe on Thursday.
You never know.
Well, maybe not a sneak peek, but you guys know what I mean, like an extra special episode, kind of like in the
special.
kind of like 80s TV shows where we're going to talk about drug problems and child abuse and play more Stanley Parable.
Damn straight. It's exciting. I'd have liked it so far. I'm excited to see what more it will bring for us.
I'm really wondering what's going to happen next on our next play.
I'm wondering a lot. I feel like I didn't want to interrupt the narrator, but like it's
At the
just
same
so
time,
amusing.
I do think we did talk enough through the episode, but I really am looking forward to finding out what happens next. So
Exactly.
I think there's going to have to be a Stanley Parable Part 2.
I totally agree.
So,
Thank you guys
For
so
watching.
much for tuning in. We're
And-
going to be back with the Stanley Parable, hopefully sometime this week. But check us out Wednesday nights for a retro night. I'm very excited to premiere our new retro game that we'll be playing through. So thank you guys so much again for checking us out. Please come back on Wednesday and check out all of our other videos if you haven't before. Like and subscribe if you're new. Check us out on social media at Facebook. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, all at GWG Studios.